Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she need it now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Already just snap camera action.
Oh shit.
Oh, we on?
We on?
Yeah, we already going, kid.
So whatever you want.
Nah, say less. What's the deal? It's your boy, the one and only, your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, aka the villain, cause they hate me for my opinion. Welcome back to another episode of the VwP podcast. Y'all already know what to do, Viral Gang. Make sure you share, like, subscribe to the channel, get us in the algorithm. Shout out to the algorithm gang. As always, we got
Messiah the Great. Yeah, we finna lead the way. Hey, shout out to all the VwP members, because y'all been running it up lately. You feel me? And it's a marathon. We're going to keep running these laps.
We got Cali the one, not the two, Mr. Light Skin himself, man.
Come on, man.
Mr. LL Cool J over there, he too smooth, for him. Hey, but we got a dope collab for y'all today. Y'all already know, if you tapped in with the culture, if you tapped in with what's been going on these internet streets, y'all already know who we got in the building, man. We got Mr. Ace Boy Rios, man. Welcome, man.
What's going on, man?
Welcome. What's going on, man? How you feeling today, man? It's a blessing to have you on the set.
Well, it's a blessing to be here, actually. Like, I've been checking y'all out. I'm doing good, first off and foremost, but it's an honor to be here because I really respect what all of y'all are doing on this platform and the content that y'all bringing and the opinions and the thoughts that you keeping it fresh and y'all keeping it real and raw. And not everybody's doing that. So it's a blessing to be here and be in that kind of arena and foundation.
Real, raw, and authentic. That is the motto. And one thing I do want to say, I respect you for coming through because this is showing unity. Because a lot of people don't know we connected through the city. So it's if you know, you know. But more so, it's a lot of us making waves in these lanes, all on different platforms. But to the viewers, they may not know we all connected. So by us doing collabs like this, it brings it all together as one. So
right.
I want to shout you out for leading the way.
Oh, absolutely, man. And where I go, we all go. Where you go, we all go. You know what I mean? Like, if we get out of that individual mindset and get into the group community mindset, like, we all want to be on top of the hill, not just one up looking down. You know what I mean? So wherever I have access or accessibility, y'all have it. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes.
No, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's love. Yeah.
So give the viewers who may not know or may not be in the know a little background about the Ace Boys, what it is, how did it come to, what's the movement about? Like, give them a little background on that.
Okay, well, the Ace Boys, it kind of came around through us all just being from Long Beach, being from the east side, and then, like, once Manny moved to Cali block on the north, they formulated, like, Ace Boys, and it was just all of us who grew up with each other just hanging out, and they was, like, doing parties and pool parties, you already know. And it was just us just outside of the hood politics are being, you know, what we was doing. It was more the free spirit, just hanging out, doing our shit. And it turned into what it is. And now that we're older and we've matured and become fathers and doing our professional lives, now we have it on display. Like, I'm kind of glad that we didn't have this when we was at our pinnacle. You know what I mean?
Niggas been on there acting like a fool.
Hey, this would have been a whole different type of content if we would have started back then, boy. Let me tell you.
So it's really good. And I'm glad that, you know, timing is everything and it works out how it's supposed to. But we got our stories and we got our past and our histories that we could talk about. But now we're in a position, like, we're the Ace Boys and we platform it and we talk about what we talk about, but we're also pushing forward, like, the growth and maturity that we have from, like, the ignorant mindset of anger, being violent, or just having fun doing the wrong shit. You know what I mean? And so trying to keep that, like, look, you can be that, but you can also transition and change and keep growing. And I'm not downing nobody that's in that lifestyle because I can relate and I understand it because I'm from that. And I think that's why a lot of these younger people, a lot of these kids, these young men, they relate to us and they like, oh shoot, like I could relate. That's why representation is so damn important, because they can see and be like, damn, I see myself in that, so I can be professional. I can go build rockets. I can work at SpaceX and be from the street. You know what I mean? And so that's what we're doing with Ace Boys Worldwide. You know, we come on late and we're funny, we do all that, but there's a lot behind the scenes that we're trying to push also.
That's a great message, because I get a lot of people asking, like, man, you got to make your mind up. Are you gangster? Are you woke? I tell them I'm both.
That's the problem.
You feel me? I'm both. You could be on this type of timing and you could still be intelligent. We about destroying the negative stereotypes that comes with coming from the culture or coming from the streets, because automatically you get deemed as ignorant, stupid, retarded, like you don't have a brain. So when we get on here and we articulate the way we do, we we are crushing those stereotypes. And you guys are doing pretty much the same thing, because I'll be tapping into y'all content, and I tap in with your coffee on, is it Mondays or?
I've been going live every
day?
morning before work. So I'll go live
Rios.
like at 5:30 or 6 and just going live called morning sessions. And it's just like touching base and just tapping in with the community, the family, the chat, and just getting out a positive message before we get out there and get into the world. Kind of like how you want to talk to your children before they go to school. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing I hate about like working early, is sometimes you don't get to touch base with your children before they go into the world and give them that fatherly message like, hey, stand 10 toes, keep your head on a swivel, be respectful, but don't take no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you just will always want to give that message. And I'm just like kind of doing that on a more mature level with people my age. Like, hey, don't let nobody knock you off your square. You know what I mean? Like, what you're doing is worth it. What you're doing has value, and people will see that and they'll try to take it from you. And every day it's a different message, but it's just whatever I'm feeling that day.
You said you kind of stream before work. Can you speak to the consistency that you have and how that's helped build the brand?
So, like, the consistency is now. Like, now I'm being consistent because I didn't know I promise you, I didn't know anything about any of this. And so, like, right now, I'm like a fan, or like I'm like a sponge, just like soaking up everything. Like, oh, this is how this is. Like, it's a lot of my first experiences. So how it just naturally started was just me and my wife on Instagram, just drinking coffee in the morning in our front yard. You know what I mean? And it was just me like doing a little Instagram post, being funny or being like cordial with my wife and just joking. But that turned into me talking to the camera by myself, like just like 10 minutes just talking. My wife was like, how the fuck you just talk to the camera for 10 minutes with no, like, I'm like, I don't know, like, I just be doing it. And so from that, I kind of developed like a skill, like a natural skill set to be able to conversate or convey a message to, because it could be uncomfortable sometimes. So the transition was kind of natural when I was like, go live on your thing, and like talking for an hour or 2 hours by yourself, that shit could seem kind of crazy. But if you maintain and you keep your flow. So once I figured that out, I was like, okay, now I can start going live Thursdays, Sundays, and tell people like, all right, come check me out. When I felt comfortable enough to be like, it's not just a freestyle type shit. Like, I have a message I want to get across.
Your intentions is different.
Exactly. Yeah. And so now, just in the like a little bit of game is that when you go live on your phone, you get that shorts algorithm. So your live gets promoted in the shorts algorithm because you're shooting vertical.
Damn, I didn't know that.
So you bring more people to your platform. So I was, the hustle mentality. Like, I'm about to go live every day.
Bars.
Bars. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna go live every morning. Like, shit, I'm just driving. Like, nigga, it's literally me on my phone just driving to fucking work.
Yeah.
And I just got the phone set up like that, just some regular old phone setup shit, and just talking. And then you got your chat, getting super chats, people sending you super chats and this and that, because now you monetize. Now you got more incentive to keep going and build. So it's organically turned into what it is. Like, sometimes you have a plan, but the outcome is totally different.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. For the people who too, because you said, talking 1 to 2 hours is not easy to do. I think a lot of people who see content creators think it's just easy to look at the camera and talk for 1 or 2 hours. Shit, it's a lot of times you might repeat yourself 3-4 times. So I think it's definitely a skill and a talent to learn how to be able to carry a conversation by yourself for 1 to 2 hours and then entertain people. So Yeah.
No, that's a fact because a lot of people, oh, you're a content creator. That's nothing. You just get in front of a mic and talk. It's like, bro, that's the least of your worries. And like you said, to be able to talk with just you there and a camera for an hour and keep it entertaining and keep it informative, that actually takes a skill. You talk to the average person, they can't hold a conversation for 5 minutes.
Right.
And that's getting back and forth feedback
Small
from
talk
another
type
human.
shit,
Right.
yeah.
To have a conversation and to give information out for an hour with zero feedback, that's a whole nother ball game. That's why I always salute Kevin Samuels, because that man was on there for 2 or 3 hours a night with his Henny and his Red Bull going crazy, giving out viral content that will carry on for generations. But it's a lot going on in the content world. I kind of want to get your opinions on some of that stuff before we get back into the more serious topics. First of all, what is your thoughts on the drama that seems to be plaguing the black community as far as content creation goes? That's what sells to our people the most.
That's what sells to our people the most. But I think it's what we're consuming, our culture is consuming, but it's also what we're being fed. You know what I mean? Like, there's not very many options. Like, you touched on it when you said we are this, but we don't have to be gangbanging, or we don't have to be some idiots. Like, we actually cultured young men that are mature, that are fathers, right? But that's not what's getting promoted. Like, you either have to be a 19 keys kind of positive dude, or you got to be some gangbanging crazy cat that's just going viral arguing with everybody. But 90% of us are us. You know what I mean? And it's like us, and we're the good dudes. But we stand on our business. We don't take no shit from nobody. Like, we can ride and be we can be comfortable in any room, right? But that's not what they're promoting. That's not what they're getting out there. They don't want the regular cool dudes. Like, this is what's cool. So right now, they're just dumbing down society, or they're dumbing down our culture by just feeding them this garbage, this poison. And it's just like, the people that are feeding it, like the actors are the content creators, they're so thirsty to just have recognition or to be recognized. Because you think about it, it ain't really crazy money that they doing this shit for.
We're gonna
get into that too. We're gonna get into that too.
Crumbs to a pigeon.
Crumbs to a pigeon, crumbs to a baker. Like, it's like, so you get to realize, like, oh shit, because I was in the wrong mindset. I was like, damn, these niggas is selling out for money. No, these motherfuckers is selling out for fucking recognition.
They want the fame.
for views, yeah.
They want the fame, the views,
Attention.
and they just attention. That's it. It's not even the money. So it's like, I really feel bad for us because it's not happening in other communities. It's not happening in other cultures, right? Like, they know what they can get away with, and they know what they can't get away with. There's 3 Abrahamic religions, and one of them they don't touch, right? So they just keep it that way. They keep us dumbed down. Like the Auntie podcast, like that's the most like garbage shit I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean?
We just talked about that, man.
That's it's so sad. Like, oh shit, you already done touched on our women and our men and like the teenagers to the young youth to the like middle age, but now you got our grandmas out here acting a fucking fool, and you pick the worst out of all of them that you know are going to just get viral moments of just gutter trash shit. And so it's like, it's what we're consuming, but it's also what we're fucking being fed.
That's facts, because black podcasts seemingly don't last and stand up to the test of time because it's repetitive as far as topics go. We only touch on either gangbanging, relationships, or some type of drama in between. And that's over and over and over. And it's only so long that's gonna last before people get tired. So my question is, do you believe that the market is oversaturated as far as podcasts goes, where everybody wants a podcast and it's, all right, you're not even giving game, you're not even really entertaining, and then you have the celebrities, they're now flooding the market when their careers start to fail in the music or the sports, and it's, I got to follow, and I'm going to just jump in front of a camera.
I got some money.
Yeah, I got some money.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
I can do whatever I want, and then they get over here in the space, and it doesn't translate the way they thought it was, and we see a lot of their podcasts failing, where before it was the fans were starting the content and they were coming on just to support that, and you got better content that way. To me,
because it was organically taking place. It wasn't being forced. Like people weren't like, oh, I'm just gonna be a podcaster today. You know what I mean? Like it was like organically happening. Like, oh, I got a following. I'm talking. I'm doing this. I got a message. I got a point to get across. It's like, oh shit, my career is over. Let me buy some cameras and some equipment. And I'm gonna just talk, and it's blah. It's just boring. You're not giving nothing of positive, like to feed the people. It's just like, what am I watching? But the podcast market, I don't think is oversaturated with the podcast. I think a certain section of podcasting is oversaturated. Like this beef podcast is this I'm against you, you against me. This like super anything for content type shit, right? Like that's oversaturated, and I think that's gonna get played out. And I've kind of already seen it happening in 2024. Like nobody wants to consume this all day. Like out of saying like this too shall pass. Like you don't realize that you're burning out and crashing out for something that's only gonna last for you for 2 months. You burning bridges and messing up relationships. They're gonna forget about you as soon as you're not on camera.
facts.
They're gonna forget about you. So you're sacrificing and jeopardizing so much shit in life for 2 months of recognition. And it's like, damn, y'all so thirsty. But like you've never been a small dude. You've never been a small, dumb it down kind of nigga, right?
Right.
So you ain't never had to seek gratification through people knowing you. That's that's your life. That's who we are. We were the middle of the party. We were a middle of attention. So these people, they get a little bit of attention that they never had before. And they don't know how to fucking act. Just like a nigga with no power, get some power. He don't know what to do with that power.
Now you're abusing it.
Now you're abusing it. And so they get used to and addicted to somebody commenting or somebody liking a post that they just, oh, this is what got the most views. Oh, when I was acting a fool. Okay, how do I act a fool again? What do I, or now my views is down. Who do I beef with? You know what I mean? Who's in the limelight that I could go at and beef with them and garner some attention? Like the shit is sad and it's played out.
I think it's interesting. 50 how to rob route. No, go ahead, bro.
You were saying, you know, how you feel like it's a type of content that's oversaturated. And I feel like that's true to the point to where now you're seeing shows like the Balloon Pop, the Rate Me. I feel like those shows are coming out of the podcasts that are failing to a certain degree. That kind of content is what's next because people are realizing if we're sitting here like this, people don't really want to hear what would you rate me or how many bills, whatever you know what I mean, over and over and over again. So now we gotta make a setting and a game out of it to make it more entertaining and to keep people interested. Otherwise, it's gonna fall off. So I 100% agree with that.
See, why I asked about it being oversaturated, what I see in the market is suffering from what they call a paradox of choice, which means you have so many options, you can't pick one.
Right.
Like Netflix. It's like you ever try to pick a Netflix movie?
Spending an hour.
You're spending an hour
Food already cold.
just to pick the
Now,
movie.
every time you go to one, you're like, damn, I can find a better one. Yeah.
I think I can find a better one. And that's what's going on with the podcast game and why it's so hard to build a following and a cult following. Where before COVID hit, before the podcast rush, where people were like, oh shit, they getting rich over there. They giving out bags. Spotify giving out bags. People weren't really starting them unless you really loved to make content. Right. Now, you got any random people in their backyard with an iPhone just talking about any and everything. And when you want to go consume content, you don't know where to, what do I pick? What's the most interesting? Like, fuck it, I ain't gonna pick nothing at this point. I'm gonna just wait for the YouTube shorts. Like, I ain't even gonna watch the long content. So it's kind of burning out and flushing out the valuable content with the bullshit.
See, I think the biggest thing is to go back to what y'all saying is the why factor. I think why you do what you do is what make people who they is. And a lot of these things that they see is like just trends. You know what I mean? So everybody that's not in this lane, or they might jump in that lane thinking like, oh, this is working for them. Let me do what they doing instead of just being original. If you had a gang original podcast, like you said, from the 19 Keys to the Joe Rogans to different people, that's like just watching different TV shows. It's a million different networks, but if everything on TV is the same thing, you don't get tired of watching it. So I think that's where it comes. And just the same way it happened to the music. You got a million people that want to be rappers, but at the same time, rappers used to rap because they had the passion for rapping. Right. So I just think now it's more so of a trend, and it looks easy, like y'all said, but it ain't easy just talking or even coming up with meaningful subjects to even speak on. So I just think that's a distinguishing factor of why you doing what you do versus, oh, I'm gonna get a viral moment and I'm gonna blow up. When the shit don't happen like that, then you get people that do it 2-3 months and they quit.
Ultimately, too, it's a herd mentality, right? So imagine if the algorithm pushed people like us more often and we went to fame faster, how many people you think would say, okay, let me try this content I actually want to try? You get what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people fall victim to herd mentality and they just do what everybody else is doing because they see the results. So like you were saying, it's us, but it's also, social media that is kind of telling us what we're supposed to do in return. Because only 1 or 2 people really start the shit. Social media blows them up and then everybody else follows suit. So I feel like it's on us, but it's also on these platforms or these companies as well that are making these algorithms that are somewhat telling us what we're supposed to do.
No, that's a fact. And speaking of beefing with people, it's this been floating around these YouTube streets. Bricc Baby and Young Ace.
Youngn Ace.
Youngn Ace, he was beefing with Julio Fulio. And I think Bricc jumped out there, was like, yeah, since Fulio got killed, 6 of Youngn Ace people got chipped or whatever the case. And they responded back and they've been going back and forth. And Bricc jumped out there like, look, bro, y'all can't do no more shows in Atlanta. Y'all can't do no more shows around that area or LA till y'all tap in. It's basically a no-fly zone for y'all. So this is sort of a 2-part question. One, how do y'all feel about that? Because what I see is a lot of Florida people assuming everyone from Cali feel that way. And I'm seeing a lot of people from Florida jumping out there like, oh, that's how y'all Cali niggas feel? Well, when y'all come out here, it's up. Not everybody. I've seen some people saying, nah, we know it's just him. And a lot of people from Cali been jumping out there like, nah, bro, that's him. Like, we don't feel that way. So for one, how do y'all feel about that whole situation? And 2, how do y'all feel about these no-fly zones? Because only our community talks about this no-fly zone. Like, yeah, you can't come here, but we only put no-fly zone on ourselves. But these culture vultures that's killing the culture, we don't give them no-fly zones. They just free to go everywhere.
Killer live in Florida, right?
He do.
He's in Florida, right? Where's his no-fly zone? Zimmerman is in Florida, right? Like,
niggas ain't did nothing. Yeah.
So, but we want to put, and I didn't mean to jump in front
do your thing.
But we're so quick to check ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, not even a brother over there, but we see ourselves in him, and we're more comfortable with checking ourselves than we are other people. And like the no-fly zones, where is that? Where is the no-fly zone? Where is that shit? Like, I've never seen it.
That's what
I've never fucking seen the no-fly zone. Like, back in the day, yeah, like if you was like a big rapper, there was hoods that would be like, hey, we'll give you some protection. When you come out here, you could go wherever you want to go. But it wasn't, you can't come here. It was like, when you get here, we got your back, throw us some bread, and nobody will snatch your chain type shit.
Right.
But, really, this shit is WWF, right? It's like, when I hear, like, Cuz is beefing with I don't even know who this is. I don't be keeping up with like the young guys, but this is new beef. Yeah. He just jumped off of beef. And he just jumped off of beef before that. Then was beefing with Smack and then went on there and was like, it was just content. I got y'all. But it's a million people watching thinking it was real. That shit ain't funny to me. You know what I mean? So you got knuckleheads out here that's gonna act up over maybe, you know what, I'm gonna ride for my homie. You know what I mean? Or, I'm a stamp that he's somebody, and you know what? He talking, I'm on him. But then you come out 2 months later saying it's nothing. It's negligent. You know what I mean? Like, you really being negligent to the kids and the community out here by playing games with people's lives. And then I'm gonna call Cuz Macho Man. You know what I mean? Like Macho Man or Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior, when they speaking to Vince McMahon and they doing their whole spiel. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this is what it is. I'm going to get him when we get into the ring. But then when they leave that stadium, they a regular person. But what's happening is the society and these young kids that's in Nebraska or Ohio or here or even in South Central or whatever, they're believing Macho Man is real. You know what I mean? And it's not. That's not Macho Man. Like, that's just a character. But they're not deciphering between or differentiating between as the responsible person. Like, the person that's playing the character is responsible and accountable for the actions that come out of what you're doing. But they're not taking that on. So they say, like when Flacco was on here, he said, oh, that's just my opinion. So I could share my opinion. But no, nigga, your opinion is not fact. So when you're talking about this shit, it's your opinion, but you're talking about it like it's factual. Opinion is your thought that's not factual. It's not proven to be true. So the things you're talking about you don't even know if they're true or not. But as you make those statements, you're not saying, hey, in my opinion, just what I think from my opinion. I'm not saying this is real, but this is what I think. He's talking from a position of this is what it is, and guess what's gonna happen. Yeah. And I feel this is it. And it's like, it's just a game that these people are playing. And it's like,
see, but not to cut you off.
No, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
So Youngn and Ace basically put out there recently that he's performing at one of the spots that he said he can't perform at. So he just booked a show wherever he said don't go. So we'll see how it play out. But like you say, you know what I mean? They serious down there in Jacksonville from what I hear and what I see. So you never know who you dealing with. You never know who you playing with it, whether it's real or fake. So I just think the whole, you putting a whole mark on somebody, and it's like you putting a mark on yourself. Now, say if he do got that pull as he say he do, or something happens to that boy, you basically just incriminated your whole self at the end of the day, like you got a nigga whacked. So I just think it's crazy to get online and do all this stuff, that same shit that we preach all the fucking time, that niggas do this back and forth and you making threats and demands on niggas. But we'll see how it play out, you know what I mean? Because like you said, Youngn and Ace, he gonna go do a show, and then now it's like the ball in your court.
Yeah, right. But see, from the outside looking in, when people hear things from Cali, they don't understand how we're broken up into sections. So Bricc is from a certain section in Cali.
He's one person from that section.
He's one person from that section. His section may not even agree with what he's saying. But like you said, let's just say something happened at that show he got booked at, and they assume it was dude, because he's the only one who jumped on the camera and said, yeah, if you do this show, woo wop wop, and woo wop wop really happened. Now, that could be putting a bullseye on anybody from Cali, because we know how the streets go. If I can't get you, I'm just going to get somebody that's from over there. Fuck it, good enough. Brother, cousin, homie, something, he from your hood, fuck it, get him until we can get you. So people that's not even involved in this or don't even agree with it, they just from Cali and they out there in Florida. One of Florida niggas could be on time, and one of Youngn and Ace people whack somebody just because he from Cali, just to show y'all, well, we ain't playing either. This our get back. So this is what I mean by people having to be held accountable for their content, because it's not just content when you're bringing other people into it. Now, if it's just you and you go out to Florida and you get whacked, or you whack somebody out there, hey, that's what you wanted to do. But once it becomes a threat to other people, because I ain't from his section, but it could be smoke with me and my section when we go out there, if they feel like they want to be on that timing just because you from Cali. Same with the Pop Smoke shit. They might just be on timing because y'all niggas from Cali and y'all got another one of us. Y'all got big already. Right. Pop 2, fuck that. We got to get somebody from Cali. I know it be niggas feeling like that. We from the streets. We all got homies that's like that. Like, fuck that, cuz we just gonna get any one of them niggas. It don't even matter. So niggas got to be held accountable for what they say on these platforms, because it might be just content to you, and 2 months later, oh, I got y'all. Them niggas ain't playing, bro. Them niggas homies really died and really getting chipped, and you jumping on the platform and not even from over there. Don't have nothing to do with it.
Nothing.
Like, bringing that up it's not like you talking about the actual beef that's public. Like, yeah, I think 6 of their homies got chipped. What if I'm one of them 6 niggas brothers? Hold on, cuz, you on a podcast talking about my brother getting chipped? Nigga, we finna knock you down, or any nigga from your section. So y'all gotta just start thinking about what the fuck y'all saying on these cameras, bro. How you feel about that, Cali?
Shit, man. I mean, I think that, like he said, we'll see it play out. That's really all I got to say about it. I don't think he should be speaking for the whole Cali, because you just never know what's going to happen. And like you said, if somebody do go over there, or it's just some random person, some innocent, person from Cali, and they get whacked or they get hurt, and it could possibly start some type of beef between Cali and Florida, it's just really not worth it. You feel me? It's stupid. Like, you don't run shit, so don't talk and speak for everybody.
And this is what I got to say about the no-fly zones, too. No one can give you a no-fly zone, bro. Unless you're the government and you can shut down who get on and off the planes, you can't give me a no-fly zone. If you say, hey, I can't come to Dallas, guess what? I'm getting on the plane and coming to Dallas. Now, it might be smoke when I run into y'all in Dallas, but let's be real. You can't stop nobody from going nowhere. The whole no-fly zone thing was like, hey, we want to be included with what y'all got going on because y'all are successful and famous, and we're trying to get to the same place you getting to. So if I rap and you come out here to do a show, you taking money from my city, which I'm trying to get on in. And I feel like I need parts in that because I put in work out here. Fuck it. If y'all don't come work with us, no fly zone. We snatch your chains, we rob it. That's where it originally came from. And people just spun it going crazy. I don't like dude, no fly zone. Let's be real, bro. It's a lot of people who really need to be on the no fly zone, like Zimmerman and niggas like that and these culture vultures, and y'all just give them passes. Now, as far as the Zimmerman thing go, I always say, hey, his family was supposed to slide for him.
Right.
But if we on some black shit, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, well, we say it's family, but everybody not gonna take it there. Everybody not in the streets. I just want to say one thing though, as far as the other situation. He makes it clear where he from and what section he represents. It's just the more so it's misinterpreted. So he's not basically saying everybody from Cali, but people that's not from Cali don't think like that. They think it's just Cali. So they don't care if you just from a separate gang. They're looking at it as Cali people.
Right. But and then but you call it a no-fly zone in a state, and you can't even go everywhere in your own city. You can't even go everywhere freely in your own city, but you gonna call out a whole state that a nigga can't come to. You can't even go everywhere you want to in your own city.
That's
wild. Mic drop,
That's
huh?
wild. That's low key. Yeah, mic drop.
You gonna tell a nigga he can't come to a city that you can't even go everywhere. You're not even welcome everywhere in that city, and you acting like you could tell another nigga he can't come or he can't go there or be that. It's like, it's a hypocrisy, but it's also like self-delusion. You know what I mean? Like they're delusional about who they are and their importance. Like you think you're bigger than the program, or you think you're more important than what you are. You are actually an individual combined with all of us in this together, but you're stepping out on your own branch trying to be the tree. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny to me because it's laughable. Like, we know the real, and it's just like, damn, like niggas is really just getting away with this bullshit.
No, that's a fact. Viral? Look, before we stem off to some more positive, uplifting subjects, I seen you speak on issues with Adam 22 before, and I never really knew where it stemmed from as far as from you. So where did those issues stem from?
So Pun is my brother, right? You know, and so I know AD through Pun. AD, we have a close relationship. And so he was beefing with them and talking with them, and then he started talking shit about the Ace Boys. And it was just like a little back and forth thing. Like, and really coming into podcasting, I didn't know about this WWF shit. So everything that was said, I took it for truth. Like, oh, okay, it's up. When we see this dude is cracking or whatever. But it went from there, and him like going back and forth with Pun and calling Pun certain names. And it's like, you know what? You on my brother. And I don't like what Cuz stand for as a man in general. You know what I mean? And so for that, somebody of that disposition or character or moral base, putting any energy towards anybody I love, I'm going to take that on my shoulders and be like, nigga, it's up when I see you because I don't agree with anything you do and you going after my people. But then, like, I think it got, like, more aggressive or more, like, attention to it when I was speaking up on T-Rail and Big Deal and the Big Deal situation about how the two brothers were getting into it. And I was like, you know what? Like, it sometimes the little brother wants to be the big brother, you know what I mean? But he don't know how to tell him that I want to emulate who you are and I respect who you are. But instead it comes out in a different way, in a toxic kind of way. And so they were like putting it as in like, oh, this dude don't even know T-Rail and he's just going to bat for him not knowing, you know what I mean? But I'm just talking about a situation in general. And in that I said, I want both these brothers to get along. Every brother out here, any brother out here that's us, I want us to get along. I want it to be the best. And that's the position I was coming from. But you know, they try to spin their narratives as in like, oh, this thing is another one of Terrell's puppets or whatever. And I just met Terrell just recently. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just, if I saw you and your brother getting into it, guess what? I want y'all to get along. Like, nigga, it could be whatever it is. I'm not gonna get in between it because that's between them and they gonna side against me with themselves. Yeah. So but I want the best for them. Like this can happen, but it's almost like if you come from a positive narrative and you want the best, they have to try to find any kind of way to take your words and switch them up, right?
Right.
And then another thing was with Heather when the young dudes called Heather a hoe, right? And so I stood up for a woman just saying like, dude, if you were anywhere in the streets, when was the last time you called a woman a hoe in front of her husband? In face to face in person? Do you do that? Is that something you regularly do? If not, then why are you sitting on camera calling another man's wife a hoe? If that's not something you do in real life. And so just off the strip, I was like, you coming to LA, you're doing this. Why are you burning bridges with somebody you can work with? And coming from that position, people thought I was like coming from all off the side. Like, that's weird that he thinks that him calling it like, damn, we that lost where somebody tells somebody you shouldn't call another man's wife a hoe or a bitch. And that's wrong. And they like, I'm wrong for calling him out on that.
So they said you threw your cape on, Captain Save him.
Yeah,
Right.
Captain Save exactly. Exactly.
Okay. And Heather, that's T-Rail's wife, right?
Right.
I've seen a lot of people speaking up on her. But one thing I will say, if you get into this content game, stuff like that's coming. So you better have bulletproof skin or don't get in this game. People are gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about your family, your kids, your mother. Any dirt they can find on you, they're gonna say something about it. So this is why if you get in this game, you damn near gotta erase your personal life from being online or keep that separate, because that's gonna be used as ammo. You can just had a baby that was just born. Somebody in the comments, ugly ass baby. Fuck that baby. Your baby ugly as a motherfucker. Trust me, it's gonna happen. So just know you better be able to take it with a grain of salt. So that's my advice. You feel me?
But I agree with you there. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is like, this shit is so fresh and so new that we as the men in this platform have to set a standard. You know what I mean? Like, and set a standard of what in a bar. Because guess what? That standard and bar only goes what? Lower. You know what I mean? And so if we're at the standard and the bar where it's like, nah, he can call his wife a hoe. That's cool. What's next?
Right.
What's next? And it's so like, I'm not saying that they can't talk about each other or do whatever, but what I was saying is, if you do that,
Then do that.
be ready for the ramifications.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not just gonna take that light, or I'm not gonna take it lightly. Now the chat, hey, they could go for what they want. But you're on the same industry or in the same place as me, and you're talking about my wife. When I see you, it's a problem.
Yeah, they appear. It's
But expect that. Don't think it's cool. Like, oh, so I was just trying to say, like, hey, let's set the standard to at least respect each other. And if you don't, be ready to get with it.
Nah, that's cool. Hey, look, shout out all the reaction channels who react to the content and help push the brand. Shout out ODM Slim. He been reacting to our content every now and then. I know people got their own discrepancies with him, but he ain't never done no wrong to us. So I'm going to shout him out, you feel me? But I do want to say, if you do repost and share the content, take a split second, less than half a second to tag the creator. It's a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of stress that goes into creating content for you to react to and get engagement on your page. We understand reaction pages, reaction channels, that's a whole nother industry in content creation. That's cool. It helps the brand, it helps the creators. But y'all fuck the creators over when y'all don't tag them, or you put your watermark over their watermark. Like, bro, give niggas credit where credit is due.
So you purposely did that.
Nigga put a watermark, nigga put his watermark over your
At least
watermark.
put those shit next to it. You act like you made the content.
Look, tag a nigga in the description, at the bottom. Do whatever you want to do with the content. Just give the creator some credit so the people who's watching can go find more of the creator's work. And I know y'all deal with that. How do y'all combat that? Because I'm still figuring out how to combat that, because I'm not a nigga who's going to be flagging posts. Because Kevin Samuels, he wasn't playing with y'all. He flagging posts, getting pages taken down. I'm from the streets, so to me, it's still borderline snitching. I know that's a dumb way to think, but it just go against everything I was taught to go tell on a nigga.
Shit.
You feel me? But y'all got to start keeping it real and giving credit where credit is due.
Right. I'm not as viral as y'all. You know what I mean? Like, y'all niggas be going viral. My shit is just really like kind of basic. So I don't really have many people trying to do that, but I've seen it, you know what I mean? And like with Ace Boys Worldwide, like I think there's like a flag that happens. You know what I mean? Like you can either choose to let it ride or you can pull it. Or you can let it ride and still get the credit and get the monetization for how it's being viewed. But I'm 100% with you. That's almost like stealing a comedian's material and taking it on stage and using it. You know what I mean? Like, this is you taking my thoughts and making money off it. You know what I mean? Like, at least give me my just due to where people can go and find me.
I guess in their mind, it might be the credit is that I'm reposting you, or I'm putting you more out there. So in their mind, it might be like, well, this is enough, nigga. Is you on there? They know it's you.
But you'll have people in the comments like, hey, who is that?
I know, but they won't say
And
that.
they won't respond. Won't respond.
Awesome, nigga. Awesome, nigga. You know,
some shit came across my page.
Like, nigga, you got 2,000 followers in a day off me. Like,
Nah,
hold on.
for sure. And it's like, if you're gonna react, really react. Don't take. I done seen niggas take our whole episode and the nigga just sit there with a cup of coffee or a soda while we just talking. Like, nigga, you just replayed the whole show. You didn't pause, react, nothing. Like, come on, gang. Like, y'all know what y'all be doing out there.
But it's kind of good in a sense because if you think about it, it'll keep people more talking. So like, damn, who is that? Who is that? So when they finally do get to see a video and your name pop on there, it's like, boom, this is the motherfucker I've been looking for. Then that might be more word of mouth to other people. Like, man, this is the shit I've been telling you about. Like, so it's you know what I mean? It's pros and cons to everything. I think you just gotta take the good with the bad.
All right, Mr. Cup half full over there.
Curl do this shit every time. Nigga, put me in there. Nigga, like, nigga, it don't matter, cuz they gonna keep doing what the fuck they do.
don't put me out in the red zone.
Nigga, Curl do this shit every episode. Y'all niggas better start getting me, Curl. Like, nigga, let them know it's me, nigga. Like, god damn, girl.
I ain't playing with y'all niggas, man.
Y'all got me running the ball all the way to the red zone and then pull me at the touchdown. Nigga, like, come on.
Hey, shout out Eminem, man. He's back, man. The real Slim Shady. Have y'all heard his album? From the looks of it, ain't none of y'all
Nah, I
listen
was
to
gonna
it.
say I heard some of his shit.
A little bit of it.
Eminem, I can't say he's back. It'll never be the M that I've known as a kid. Cause I don't like some of his new rapping style. He still bar up, but the way he raps, the way the voice overs he do, don't sound like the Eminem that I know. Maybe I'm stuck on some old Eminem shit. But bar for bar, he go crazy. And like I said, the best song that I liked it was the song with him and Big Sean, low-key going back and forth. And Big Sean low-key barred up. I don't know if y'all know the what was the name of that what's the name of that damn song?
I know
they
you're
just
talking about, I
made?
think it had what's his name on it too, another rapper.
Yeah, it was three of them.
Baby Tron.
I'll look it up right now.
Then they trying to act like, then these niggas throwing shots out there trying to act like he dissing Kendrick and shit. Like, stop making them fucking posts about what he was doing. Like, Cub clearly made it speaking from a hater perspective. And they keep clipping shit up, trying to go viral, acting like Eminem is dissing them.
That's that clickbait, because he said, if I had the mind of a hater before he actually started rapping like that.
But they leave that part
But
out.
it's clear as day when he rapping, you
Yeah,
know
they leave that
that.
part
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm going to say this. My favorite song was Renaissance. That gave me clips of Slim Shady. He was born, he had his flow, he had a hard beat. It sounded like a Dre beat damn near. He was riding the beat. It just, everything gave me remnants of Slim Shady. And then from there, he went back to the 45-year-old white guy with the robotic flow, and I just couldn't get jiggy with that shit. Like, if he would have stayed in that Renaissance bag for that whole album, man, the game was in trouble. Like, I'm like, shit, M back. But I don't know what, at his age now, he does this robotic thing where I'm rapping like this and every word got it's like, nah, bro, just chill, get back in that Slim, you feel me, that old
No, you said he back,
get back in
that's what you want to hear. You talking about he back.
You gotta take his cadence with it.
Exactly.
I'm cool.
Don't try to change that up, but nah, you right. But it's M. But the thing is, the nigga still goes diamond. He's still like the most streamed rapper. So to him, he can't do no wrong. That nigga has the most cult fan base there is. And
Oh,
they
God.
go
So this album already is going
Nah, I'm
It's
just
gonna go
saying,
crazy.
yeah, I'm
It's gonna go
just
crazy.
saying from past perspective, anything he drops, it goes to number one. It does. Eminem does numbers like nobody else.
You know, white people gonna support anything white do. Like, if you
that's
white
what I'm
and you in the
saying,
rap game, we finna make sure you take over what them niggas doing.
Exactly.
So, but let me ask y'all this, because Kylie's a Gen Zer. He never was around when M dropped, and you felt how M just came in the game and just took over the game and went crazy as a white boy. Do you think him being a middle-aged white man now is a disconnect with the hip-hop audience? Because we all know rap's a young man's game. So a young, crazy white boy, we all had one of them homies. Right. You go to their house, they cussing moms out. Bitch, we hungry. Give us some food. Bitch, we staying up late. You like, what the fuck? This nigga.
Let me call my mom. Tell her
You
I'm
scared
scared
for the nigga.
I knew white boys in elementary that was cussing their mamas out. And
Hitting
he get
their mom?
everything they want. Yeah.
So that was kind of M when he came on the rap scene dissing his mom. We all was like, okay, we got a white homie like that. Now he's a middle-aged white man with this weird beard and shit. It's kind of hard to connect with the hip-hop audience. I feel that's where the disconnect's coming from.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think for the kids in my generation, like I said on the last stream, we kind of got hip to him around recovery. He was already super mainstream, radio out. People was already kind of making jokes about the way his flow and cadence were by the time I really got hip to him. And then what you said about him being a 45-year-old white man, I think some of the things he says and he talks about, like he'll talk about certain politics or certain things that have happened in the media, and I don't think people really want to hear that from him. And so I think that's also where the disconnect comes. For me, I never really fucked with bro. That's just me. I think every generation has their favorite white boy, and that was just y'all generation's favorite white boy.
Like, white boy is crazy.
Like, as a rapper,
He finna Sparks, nigga.
Exactly. That's what it is.
He finna bring up MGK.
That's what it is.
I ain't gonna lie. I hate the narrative about rap being a young man's sport because I feel like niggas like Jadakiss can go bar for bar with any of these new rappers. Niggas like Fabulous. Certain rappers are still fuck over these young rappers. These niggas don't rap the same. I just think it's more so it's Cali taste in music. I don't understand. I don't think he even cares about that type of shit.
Could be that
too. But I'm just saying. No, but I've seen these younger generation niggas do reactions to old Eminem shit, and they going crazy about
Like
it.
they can't.
Okay.
So nah, but they like it though. So it just, I just think it depends on your taste of music, because the difference I think would separate him now is that back then he was spitting a lot of pain in his music. That's what a lot of gravitate. He was spitting pain, and on top of that, we knew he could bar up. You know what I'm saying? So
that was the thing. He had it.
Yeah, exactly.
He had it.
Speaking of the politics, he dissed Candace Owens on the album, and she actually responded to it. So I don't know if y'all up on Candace Owens, but I want to get y'all take on how y'all feel about her, since we on the subject of politics. Because to me, she says a lot of shit that's real, and it's like it's undeniable. But then she'll go
say some
coonery, like, come on, we was riding with you, and you just went back over there. Like, what are you doing? Like, she rides the conservative black side, and then she'll say some shit on them, and then say some coon shit. And I don't know if she's having identity issues because she's a black woman.
She got the white husband,
and she's married to the white husband. So his
influence is fucking her up.
She's trying to appease both sides. And it's really destroying her credibility with both sides. It's like, you got to take a stand. You can't teeter the line. It's like, where you at with this? Because she'll say some real shit about her whole take on COVID and this and that. And then she go turn around like, yeah, but you black people, fuck y'all. Right. Like, hold on, wait a minute. We thought you was riding with us. So how y'all feel about Candace Owens, man?
Candace is crazy, man. She do say a lot of right shit. I think she's being 100% authentic in herself. If we like it, you know, that's everybody has a different opinion on her. But I respect her because she's being 100% authentic to herself. I don't agree with everything she says, especially when it comes to our people. But she says a lot of right shit. I think she brings a lot of light on things that people try to cover up. Mm-hmm. And she's very educated and well-spoken in what she does say.
Or they're scared to touch on.
Or they're scared to touch on, exactly. And so she's willing to be, you know, fall on that sword. And I respect that. Do I agree with everything? No. But she definitely got my respect.
She fell on the sword and lost her job, right?
Yeah.
Like, she was on a big platform.
U.S. Daily.
And she went after that third Abrahamic religion, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you don't play with.
She's still fighting that fight right now.
She's still fighting that fight right now. But she's intelligent. She knows what she's doing. And she's also got an angle, right? Everybody has an angle. They all have a underlying message that they want to get out. But she does this thing where she's teetering the line. You know what I mean? Like, she'll go all the way this way. So it comes to a point where you start questioning her credibility. You know what I mean? Like, wait, what are you standing on? You got to stand on that. You can't be on the fence on this subject. But M is coming into it asking, like, we have like maybe false expectations for him because his biggest thing was shock value. You know what I mean? Like, he had that shock value, and he can't talk about none of that shit no more. Right. Say that kind of stuff. So he's probably using Candace Owens as shock value. Like, look, I'm about to go at her. And he's knowing that you're going after that viral moment, you know what I mean? And what did she do? She responded back. And really, if I was somebody, that's somebody I would avoid, Candace Owens, because she know how to get after it. You know what I mean? Yeah. She can get after it. I respect everybody out there that's doing their thing. There's a platform for her, you know what I mean? And her opinions, but
Candace, you gotta pick a side, man. Stop playing.
But what do y'all mean when y'all say pick a side? Is it black side or y'all mean? Because I don't even know what she actually stands for. I just know she does a lot of different debates, so it could be subjective depending on what she's talking about.
I think she has the Kanye syndrome, where like she says some shit sometimes and it can be out of touch. I think too, people people don't understand that even though she's black, she can be out of touch because she's obviously a right winger. She's obviously went to a good school, suburban, et cetera. All those things, even though you're black, you could still be out of touch with what's going on. I feel like a lot of times when she speaks, she comes from that out of touch
Racism doesn't exist.
Yeah, area where she was
Racism
privileged.
doesn't
She
exist.
went to the good school, whatever the case is, so she doesn't necessarily see it that way. So it comes off as out of
There's
touch.
no plight. Like there's no black plight.
Yeah.
Like everybody has the same advantage, the same opportunity. You know what I mean? And so I get like some things she be saying, we be holding on to some shit a little too long and be using some excuses or whatever, but it's not everybody's story. You know what I mean? Like there is racism. There are people out here that are at a disadvantage, but she says it as if there's no reason for anybody in our culture to be complaining about anything. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'd be like,
Yeah, speaking of racism, there's this narrative amongst every other race about how black people, you know, when we get money, first thing we do is go move to be around white people. Like we don't want to live amongst our own people. And that narrative is false. So I really want to kill that narrative because I haven't seen anybody really give pushback on it. The reality is we move to where the good real estate is. Like anybody who gets money, it's about the real estate, it's about the area. And given the history of our country, that just so happens to be predominantly housed by white people.
Right.
We all know, I mean, you could go from slavery where the government gave them land, gave them money, gave them houses, whether they ran the indigenous people out of those towns, took them over, the redlining, like you could just go down however you want to look at it, but racism and discrimination is the bottom line of why these nicer, affluent areas are predominantly white. It would make no difference if Bel Air was full of 99% affluent, wealthy black people. You think if we become billionaires now, we're not gonna go down there anyway?
Right.
Nah, where the white people at? No, that's not the case. You guys just, y'all just live in these nice ass areas and everybody wants to live in the nicer areas. So the whole narrative about us chasing white people, that's 100% false. We all know in the hood, in the ghetto, you living by survival mode. And when you live by survival mode, you go more to your animalistic instincts where your moral compass changes depending on how you have to live life. Survival. I got to survive by any means. So I might do something that's morally wrong to majority of society, but it kept my lights on, so it was right to me. So if I had the same opportunities, well, I don't want to say opportunities. If I had the same means as you, living in Bel Air or one of these affluent areas, you will see my moral compass start to change and adjust. So it's not about chasing white people. That's the last thing that we're trying to do. It's about the real estate, the areas.
better school district, better healthcare system, better grocery stores, no food deserts. There's just in South Central alone, we have double the people in South Central than we do in West LA. And West LA has double the grocery stores.
Certain
You know what I mean?
certain grocery stores I see in certain parts of
won't
LA,
see there,
certain
yeah.
parts of Santa Monica don't even exist in
You
Long
won't see
Beach.
a Sprouts over there.
I said, damn, as a kid, I didn't even know what the fuck Aeron was. You know what I mean? Nigga, we have food for less, nigga. Food for less.
Tater rolls.
The fruit, everything is different, nigga. Like, it's fresh. You walk in the store, you smell it. You go in here, this shit rotten, big as hell. This shit blew up. Nigga, like, this fake ass food. You
Eat
like,
this tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. This is done tonight.
It's a wrap.
This tonight.
You like, wow, like, that's
You like, what's the
crazy.
date, nigga? 2 hours, right, nigga, right now.
That
Okay,
shit, wow, nigga, you like, damn, cuz I didn't like you just said, better everything. So
Better everything.
That's the difference. So it's like you just said, it ain't no point of that, but bring a lot of this shit to where we at, and people probably wouldn't be trying to get up out of there. And on top of that, nobody really want to live like you at war every fucking day. That's just plain and simple.
And I think that you know, that was systemically done, like you said, with the red line. I just watched a movie called The Banker about a banker who moved to Los Angeles and actually opened up 2 banks and was able to give black people loans at a lower interest rate. Obviously, he ended up getting caught and going to jail because of that. But they were actually very instrumental in desegregation of housing and projects and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. I think systemically, we want to live around each other, and we try to at a point in time. But what they do is when they see a bunch of us moving in together, even it was doctors, lawyers, truck drivers, everybody, right? They'll take all the resources out of that neighborhood and then cut us off and kind of keep us boxed out by the police. That's really what they do. That's what they did with Compton. Same thing they did with them. Compton was a white neighborhood. Black people started moving in, and then what they do, took all the resources out, all the white people left. They took all the, companies and businesses, and then they wouldn't give the black people there, they wouldn't give them a chance to buy the block. And then, so then what they do, what do we have to do? We have to turn to crime and other things, and then we say, okay, let's put a police force around your neighborhood and treat you like animals. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what they have done. Otherwise, we would for sure live with each other. Because it's not like every black person you see is trying to kill somebody or commit a crime.
It's natural to want to level up in life, though. You know what I mean? But what's happening is now, just like you said, they moved out, but now they're seeing the value in the centrally located neighborhoods, right? So South Central, Compton is squared in by 4 freeways. You know what I mean? There's value there. It's an airport in Compton. There's value there, and now they're seeing the value in these homes. And guess what? They're now looking at the numbers and seeing that niggas ain't messing with white people. They fuck with each other. We're more safe in a black neighborhood than we are in a white neighborhood because we only attacking ourselves. But they're seeing the value, and so now that we're in the neighborhood, say we own a home that our grandma passed down to us, that she bought for $100,000. Now they're trying to sell them things for $2 million.
Yeah.
And how you gonna tell somebody that's been struggling to make it, that they can't take that $2 million and go buy a house for $600,000 or $700,000 in a better place when their houses in their bad neighborhood is costing $2 million?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? And they're doing it purposely. It's systematic. You know what I mean? Like, let's give them this money, get them out, and take advantage of being able to get to Hollywood in 20 minutes, being able to get to downtown in 20 minutes, Santa Monica if there's no traffic, 30 minutes. You have access to everything.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to move us out so that our work day is a 14-hour work day because you're driving an hour and a half.
It's crazy because they took
you're not
all
around your kids now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a break. Like, if you look at it, like the layers and the surfaces beyond the first surface, it's a lot of shit happening, and it's affecting a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like they don't even mention, like you mentioned, the freeways, bro. They put them freeways through our neighborhoods where we were predominantly at systemically, and then you stay on this side of the freeway while the money, the resources, the power is on this side of the freeway. So all of that was done strategically. But let's be real. Most people want to stay around their own people. Doesn't matter, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, you want to be around what looks like you. But hey, if the nicer area where I'm not going to get shot, robbed, mugged, or whatever coming home from an honest day's work is up here around 99% of y'all, guess what? I'm going to go up here around 99% of y'all. Y'all got Whole Foods. Y'all got Sprouts. Nigga, we got Northgate. Like, come on. Like, what are you talking about?
That's
Keep it real.
Even on top of that, coming from impoverished areas, the ultimate goal, at least for myself, is to get rich, is to get, like you say, elevate and climb up out of that at some point. Now, down the line, if I got to be with all this shit that come with it, then it is what it is. I'm with all that to survive and still, but the ultimate goal is to get the money and elevate and put us all in a better space.
That's a fact. They even do, I don't know if y'all realize, but railroad tracks are also a big indicator of the good side compared to the bad side. I know in a lot of neighborhoods, it's like, you know what I mean? East side and west side, this side's bad, this side is good, shit like that. I've realized that's a thing that they do too.
No, that's a fact. And you a married man, correct?
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years?
Yeah.
Man, see, I want to get this in. We don't talk to many successfully married men. So I want to get your views on the modern day dating market. Now, you being out of it for 14 years, but having a front row seat due to Instagram and talking to homies that's single and social media, YouTube. How do you feel about what you see as far as the landscape of modern day dating compared to when you met your wife?
I'm glad we got married when we got married. You know what I mean? I'm glad I didn't wait to find my person till right now. You know what I mean? Because the options are few and the access is grand. You know what I mean? Like, options are few, but the access is grand. And so I value my marriage and my wife beyond, like, helped me change my life to be a better person. I got my son and my daughter and my other son. And it's like, I just want people to be able to see, like, what is good about marriage. Because I think right now it gets shitted on a lot because of different outlooks and aspects and these battling opinions about, oh, well, 50-50 or somebody should go whole, or what should a man be able to do? And we're in a new place and time where there's like really no fucking standard. It's like every relationship is whatever your relationship is. Like, in the first sign of turmoil, I'm out. Because
facts.
guess what? There's 100 bitches on Instagram that I can go get at in they DM, and guess what? They with it because they don't have access to as much as men do right now. Like men, we winning. Men are winning because back in the day, you had to go out and get something and go conversate. Now it's just like it hit the phone and they thirsty because men are in jail. We got a lot of gay niggas out here. So when you are a solid black man with your head on straight, that handling business, nigga, you amongst a rare breed.
You're a god amongst men.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so you really have your choice.
Like you pick of the litter.
Pick of the litter. Yeah. So it would be difficult. It would be difficult right now to have if I was single right now, to have my eyes open to being focused on that. You know what I mean? Because there's so many fucking distractions. When I found my wife, I was in a place where I was looking for a person. I was looking for a woman to be there, you know? And so I found her, but I think right now it's a little bit harder with all of this. Nigga, you could go to fucking Dominican Republic and go get the baddest bitch for $30.
I keep telling you. Passport, bro.
So you believe now it's more quantity than it is quality of women that actually can even be wise? Because a lot of these females be like, oh, I want to get married. I want this. I want the nigga last name. But to me, I don't think they want to be wise. I think more so they just want the mirage of the fairy tale of having a wedding.
Right. And that's really what it is, because there's this false sense of security with marriage, right? Like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get married and everything's going to be fine. No, you're still going to be a hoe. Your ass is still on Instagram. And then there's still going to be men out there that are going to come up to your husband. Like, they don't understand that there's a paper trail behind your wholeness. You know what I mean? Like, you're leaving a paper trail. And men don't respect a woman that is doesn't respect herself. And so you expect a man like you just talked about Kevin Samuels. Like he was putting out the blueprint, like to women, they thought he was bashing them, but he was just really just laying out the facts. Like, this is what men want. Mm-hmm. And if you're not this, guess what? You can't get a high value man. Yeah, and that's just like basics, but some women are so diluted with their thoughts that shit was just going over their head. Like, oh, he hates women. Actually, he's trying to help you.
Right.
He's literally trying to help you, especially our women. You know what I mean? Like, especially our women. And it's like saddening because I love them so much, but we're hurting right now. You know what I mean? As a community, because there's such a battle from male to female, and who's supposed to be what, and I deserve this and this and that. Like, why don't you just listen to me? Like, I have built this. I know what's going on. I'm in these streets. I'm in the world. Take my advice. Instead of somebody's advice on Instagram or somebody that is somebody in the beauty salon. And that's like, it's got us lost right now.
It's fucked up. I think mentally, a lot of people check out. Like, most people probably check out after high school, but if you go to college or whatever, you know what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I think mentally with people's brains is that it's like being in 2024, but you still stuck in 2008. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big problem when it comes to our women. You use your brains on a natural day, but far as acquiring information, still learning and growing about yourself, I think that's foreign to a lot of people in general, not even just women, but men too. And I think that's where we all go wrong, because people feel like they can't learn no more, or they can't elevate in the space where you might think you know everything, and outside looking in, like playing chess, it's like, damn, you made all these dumbass moves and you can't see clear about nothing.
Another thing you said too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's bars because
That's good right there.
Because like you said, there's no real blueprint right now how to be successful, because we're in unprecedented times. There's never been a time in human history where
you can't look at a person and know their gender.
You can't look at a person, don't know their gender. We've never had that.
Like, what is this?
The first time in human history where the average citizen makes over $70,000, $77,000, but can't afford the home in their neighborhoods. That's never happened.
Right.
Men and women have always, okay, if you work at the damn factory making $30,000, you still can afford the house, the job, the vacations.
And put your kids through school.
And put your kids through school. Right now, you need 2 of them jobs, 2 just to scrape by. And like you said, women are stuck way back in the past when men were able to do that. Where now it's damn near impossible for anybody to the point where millionaires are now crying, saying, man, we need to save our money. Jim Jones just came out and said, look, bro, don't believe nothing you see on the gram. Don't believe none of these rap niggas.
Broke,
It's ugly. We going into a time never seen. Stack your money. And this is a multi-millionaire, famous rapper saying this. So if you can't get that as a working class citizen, you just don't understand what's going on. And how do you not? You been in the grocery store?
But
eggs is $10 a carton.
Right. but what's even worse, they killing niggas for having real jobs. It's like a bitch would be mad that a nigga not working. Then they laughing at the nigga for working.
Yeah,
like,
you a
see
bum,
all
you
this
got a
shit,
9 to 5, you not scamming,
Hey,
you
laughing.
a bum.
I seen one clip, the nigga, he like, y'all work here, and the female like, what is y'all laughing at? Like, the nigga got a job. Bitch ain't even got a job and clowning the nigga.
And they
like,
don't know the value of a dollar.
No.
They don't know the value of a dollar. That's the other thing. It's like ignorance. You know what I mean? Like they're not intelligent, financially intelligent, and they think that they can say, I want my man to make $400,000 a year. Yeah, where is he?
Yeah.
Have you ever even met one? Have you ever even had a conversation, young lady? Have you even had a conversation with a nigga that makes $400,000? Do you know how much a bus driver makes a year? They don't know anything, but they think that this number is what's reality. Like, what's wrong with a bus driver making $65,000, $70,000 a year? Yeah, it may not be $400,000, but if he's treating you right, where's the value system?
They don't even care about the treatment.
You know what's even more crazy? What I learned about the delusion sometimes, because every time we've had women on here, they all say they had an ex that made millions or certain X amount of money. It never fails. They be like, what happened to that?
I didn't want him. I didn't want to keep him. Bitch, but you up here saying you want the millionaire. You let one go. Like, let's be for real, man.
No, I think another thing, like you said, was the standard. There is no standard. Everybody kind of dictates what it is in their relationship. I feel like back in the day, there were standards. Like, this is how you know what I mean, conduct yourself as a woman. This is how you conduct yourself as a man. This is a husband material. This is wifey material. Now it's kind of like, well, whatever we say to make myself feel better about kind of what I'm doing in the world. So if I'm an OnlyFans girl and I got 120, 200 bodies, whatever, I'm going to say that's the standard. And then whoever wants to adhere to that, that's okay. Instead of being like, hey, girls who do sex work that kind of way, they're not wifeable, which is kind of what we be saying up here. You know, that's disrespectful as a man. I don't want that. But that's became one of the standards to say, you know what, okay, that's cool. She does OnlyFans, we'll accept that. And it just continues on and on.
But when I was younger, the hoes didn't have problem being hoes. You knew they was hoes and they knew they fucking lane. Right. Versus trying to be undercover hoes and still want the wifey role. Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of things get mixed up too, because they be out here doing whatever the fuck they do behind the scenes, and then you acting like you want to come home to a nigga every night. You still can go home. You still can go home to that pimp every night. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Clock your dollars. He's still going to accept you and give you the things that you need as a woman. But stop trying to portray you want to be a wife and married, but then you out here throwing your pussy a party on weekends.
That's programming. That's the effects of feminism telling women you can have it all. You can be the hoe. You can go get ran through for your whole 20s. And when you're 45, you can settle down and still have kids because Ashanti, a multi-millionaire, or Janet Jackson, a multi-millionaire, had kids. Bitch, you live in the projects. The fuck you mean? You don't have access to the same medical system as them. You're not going to get the same results. You're not Janet. You're not Ashanti. And
they had surrogate parents.
Right. Yeah.
Bitch, they had surrogates and shit. You think man, and it's so crazy because I want to get your view on this because you're actually married.
Okay.
Where I talk to women and they'll ask you, do you believe in gender roles? You like, yeah, you know, there's roles for men, there's roles for women. Oh, you're misogynistic. You're a misogynist. You hate women by just saying you believe in gender roles. Like, that's how insane it's got. They don't understand being a wife is a job. You have a role. Being a husband is a job. You have a role. And you guys are two different genders, thus the term gender roles. So give them some insight on what type of things your wife does without a complaint. Like, she just knows, okay, I'm the wife, I got to do this. You're the husband, you do that. Like,
and so this, like, I'll say this, and I don't want to cross the line or whatever, but the things that my wife does, she came to the relationship doing. There was no demand of me to say, hey, you're going to cook every night and you're going to clean, or you're going to do this or anything. Like, my wife was who she was. You know what I mean? And she came with those values. So it's like, if you find somebody that doesn't have those values and you try to implement those in that person, you can't expect somebody to be something they never shown you to be. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to marry the right person that fits your lifestyle. Like, if this is your lifestyle and you want a woman that's going to fit and be the piece of the puzzle there, you have to pick the right woman. You have to pick the right piece. You can't pick somebody who can't cook and you only like food being cooked at home every night and she's just not a cook. It's like we have to be smarter with who we choose to lay down with and who we choose to be our partner and to fit our lifestyle. So my wife, she cooks. My wife cleans. My wife, she's a highly educated woman. She has a high-powered job. And she supports me in the things that I want to do in life. You know what I mean? Like, I have a great job. I was in aerospace. Now I build electric boats and in the tech field. But she also gives me the room to go and search for my ventures that I want to do. You know what I mean? And she's supportive. And so that's how she's always been, though. And so I think, and she's not a runner. She's not going to run from a problem. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to actually sit down, we're going to communicate about some shit and figure out, how do we get past this? Can we get past this? Is this a problem? And so she really helped me become a communicator, because before it was like how we deal with built up aggression is like, I'm out. Or if it's a dude, like, nigga, fake, like fair one, whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but we're not about to talk about why I'm mad at you. We gonna get them up. And if we good afterwards, we good afterwards. But we're never gonna discuss why we got here. We good? Okay. But my wife helped me become a communicator, and like reading books like Emotional Intelligence 2.0, Power Now, like looking at Eckhart Tolle and Dale Carnegie and certain things of how to convey
high power.
I feel like,
you know, like, and so like that, but being with my wife, this is the crazy thing. Being with my wife gave me the peace and opportunity to be able to sit down and read. You know what I mean? Because before, my life was so hectic. When the fuck was I gonna read?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when did I have time to sit down and be in a relaxed space? Like, let me check this book out. No, I wasn't in that place, but she came into my life and provided that space, that peace where I was like, okay, like, and it helped me advance. Like, her giving me peace helped me level up in life as a man. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't make me become a man, but she gave me the opportunity and the room that I needed to stretch my elbows and grow.
A lot of things I think people don't understand also, when you have relationships like with your spouse and stuff, sometimes it can be reflections on a lot of things that you need to work on yourself as a man or a woman. Right. So she might be nitpicking at things, you might be on certain things, but a lot of these things we attract is because you need to learn certain lessons about yourself as a man and learn how to elevate. You might have a space where you arguing a lot. You might learn how to, like you said, to communicate right and move through certain processes of things. So I think people need to look deeper below the surface when it comes to relationships. People only look at the five senses, and now it's just about money and sex. But outside of that, if you're dealing with a woman that you fucking all the time, what do y'all really have in common? You know what I'm saying? Right. Outside of the money or the sex. So it's just like, on the spiritual aspect, I don't think people even understand those concepts of why certain things is going on. You might have inner child issues, and these is spilling over in your fucking grown mentality in a relationship.
100%. Yeah. Like, it's because you bring your trauma along with you, right? Especially if you haven't dealt with it. Like, you can bring along your insecurities. Like, my wife used to be on me about going out. Like, going out, and I used to be like, oh, you just on me because you think I'm gonna be on some bitches or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, and she used to be on me when I'll go out. And I used to be telling her, like, my thought process of why she was giving me a hard time was, oh, you think I'm a cheat, or you think I'm gonna go do something. But when I sat down and talked with her and communicated, she was like, no, I was just worried because you would go out and drink and be driving drunk. And I didn't want you to be unsafe. But my insecure thinking and my place of like, oh, you think I'm about to be out here on some nigga, like, no, nigga, I'm just worried about your safety.
And maybe that's something that you experienced prior with other women that you brought into that relationship.
Exactly.
I think too, a big part what you're saying, you know, about marriage is obviously love, but the little things that women or men do that are outside of marriage, right? Like, I could love you all I want, you could be attractive all you want, but now we're gonna own a home together, and I need to see other, what's the word for it? Morals and values that you have instilled in you that are going to take us far. Right. Like, I might not want somebody, I might love you, but you might be bad with money. You might be super lazy. You might be unhealthy. All these different things that could ultimately lead to your downfall as a man and your family. So it's very important to pick more than just something or a way somebody makes you feel. It has to be more than that. It has to be more practical as well. And I think that's something that we've strayed away from. It's literally just about, like you said, I'm attracted to you. Do you got money? cool, we'll figure it out later. And then even when they do get to later, they don't even want to figure it out.
Right.
I
But
think.
go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. I just want to touch on one thing. The key point that you said was, to me, that stuck out, is your woman already was what you was looking for. So she was already a wife before she was a wife.
Right.
So I think it goes back to say, and I've said this before, it's like, damn, when you get a woman like that, and if you sit there as a man and ask yourself, now, if this woman would never change, could I be with this woman forever, regardless? You know what I mean? Could I accept her for who she is if she never grows from here on out? Regardless, we want to teach and grow with our woman, because I feel like if you don't grow with somebody, you're going to eventually grow apart. But if I think that's in hindsight of looking at certain things in relationships, of you trying to change somebody, and it's like, nah, you putting the blinders on yourself. Accept this person for who they is, either deal with it or move the fuck on and find out what you really looking for.
That's 100%. And like the other part of it is, what, like as a man, what are you bringing to the table? If you're gonna have demands of values that you want in your woman, what values does she want in her man? Also, do you have those values? And my wife wanted security and protection and love. You know what I mean? And those are things that I provide naturally as a person. Come from the East Side, I don't want to say we, but most of us ain't scared of a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, we willing to go into any environment, chest out, head up, into any room, right?
Right.
And so she had not really dealt with that kind of energy, right? So when you bring that to the table, then you get to see your woman operate in a different space than she's ever been comfortable operating in, because she feels protected and she feels safe to be that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a woman going through life never feeling safe, never feeling protected with her man. You know what I mean? And so you get the opportunity to see a side of your woman that nobody gets to see, because she's actually in a safe space to be her.
I feel like this is why marriage doesn't get promoted, because a lot of people who are married happily, they don't really go online and complain. So I feel like this is why.
Oh, I got some complaints.
I'm sure. Yeah. What I'm saying is that.
Don't get it twisted.
What I'm saying is that you understand the nuance to that, right? Like, you're not coming on here saying like, don't get married, this and this and this and that. You giving us the nuance of what a relationship is. She works, I work, she's educated, I'm educated, etc. Whereas you got a lot of people who come on here and just say, hey, fuck women, or hey, fuck dudes, or whatever, or don't get married, or whatever the case is, instead of we having that other side to it of marriage where it's like, hey, this is how we've grown and learned, together. I think that's cool.
He made another valid point earlier, basically saying that most people are so quick to quit on shit versus fighting to stay. You know what I'm saying? Instead of figuring out whatever the problem is and we move on and learn from here. This ain't going right, I'm out of here. Or they listen to their friends, or they listen to outsiders, and then now they want to get up out of here. Really, when they know they want to stay and figure it out, but now you got this influence by everybody else outside of you, and you're not thinking for yourself, and now that shit just crumble. So if it ain't from a solid foundation from the jump, that shit is beginning already to end.
The reason I brought it up is that very reason you said, Kali. You don't get happily married people online talking about it because they're already flourishing. So even trying to get guests on the show, when you approach married women or married men, they kind of like, nah, we don't want people in our relationship. We doing fine.
I think
they don't even want to expose themselves to the negative energy of the internet, which is why when you see these podcasts speaking on relationships, it's only from the views of the bitter, the hurt, the damage, because they just want to get out there and spew how hurt they are and talk about how fucked up the other gender is. So to get a different view of that lifestyle, that's mainly why I brought that topic up, because you don't hear it often. It's rare you're gonna get happily married people on a podcast talking about how happily married they are.
And I firmly believe they're smart enough to know we're not gonna have everybody in our business.
Yeah.
This is we keep this solid with us. So this been working for us. Why would we go on here and spill all this out? And like you said, so people start attacking they shit, and now they create more chaos where it could have just been smooth how they've been having it. I think more so, we don't have a lot of that either programming on TV. Like when you had the Cosby shows, or what was that, Family Matter, all those type of shows back then where the
Husband
nuclear families was together. Yeah, more positive, the fathers in their lives. Now we see single families, cartoons with fucking two dads. We ain't never seen no shit like that as kids. You know what I mean? So it's different now. And these kids are seeing that weird shit. They putting so much gay shit on TV. It's absurd to me. Nigga don't even watch it like that.
And I'm gonna say this too, because we have a generation of people chasing the honeymoon phase. I've seen a tweet where a female said, it don't even matter if I'm in a relationship. I always have guys on the side that I text, and I don't even know why. That's just me.
Oh, yeah, I
and that
seen
just made me
dumbass
think
shit,
like,
this bitch out her brain.
bitch, you chasing that constant honeymoon phase, feeling where the first 90 days, the first 3 months, everything is peaches, and after that, the work starts to kick in. It's like, all right, the high has came down, the dopamine has come down. Same thing with marriage. The dopamine is at an all-time high because you want this marriage, this big party, celebration, honeymoon. After that, y'all back home. Okay, now, hey, we still got a job to do.
Right.
We still
Nah,
got
you-
work
you-
to do.
you-
We still got building to do.
I seen Umar say that. I seen him actually. He just was on an interview with the Breakfast Club, and he said he thinks one of the reasons why marriages don't last in the black community is because we wait so long to get married. So we'll be together for however many years, and at that moment we're together in ego. That's what he was saying. Is like we're putting on a show for you putting on a show for me. Once we get married, we have that ego death, and then we start to see each other for who we really are. And that's why you'll have people who are together for 7 years, get married on the 7th year, and then by the 8th year be divorced because they didn't really know each other up until that actual marriage time.
See, I think go back to what you say, but I say the same thing. I give people 6 months. I meet the representative first. You know what I mean? You meet somebody, everybody wants you to like them and do what you do in the beginning. The moment they get comfortable, all the things I liked about you, you got comfortable and stopped doing. So now it's like, damn, you're a different person, and this is where the mix comes in. I think far as when relationship wise, like it's like you said, it's a job. It's constant work. You have to constantly keep dating the person you're dealing and constantly keep learning this person. I might not be the same mentally that I was 4 years ago when you met me, or whatever the case it may be once that honeymoon phase went off. When you start to spend so much time with somebody, I don't give a fuck who you is, you're going to get tired of them. You're not going to always like this person. It's not going to always be peaches and cream.
Right.
And I think far as having that sense of reality and accepting that, it's like, okay, let me do more things to be better for you, and you do more things to be better for me. And that way it's a competition in a positive way instead of me pointing out every flaw you got and you point out every flaw I got. And I think people take out of context what I know a lot of women do. It's like if I don't like something, you have to detach from the problem. Like the problem is here. It's not you. The problem has to be here, and
That's a
you're
good one.
here. You know what I'm saying? So when I speak on something that I'm not liking that you're doing, it's not you. It's the problem. So
Not an
let's fix
attack.
this problem, get that out the way, and we can go back to smooth selling. So I think that's where we all go wrong too. Like you said, they feel attacked. Or you owe me this, and that. Now you just going back and forth about nothing.
Messiah came out with that. He came out with that ism.
You did it too. You did it too.
Yeah.
Messiah came with that ism today, man.
Because he's 100% right. Because
facts,
you're not,
yeah.
now you're not dealing with the issue. You're just dealing with the person. And you're not even coming up with a solution. And you're just dealing with the person. You're just getting into it. He's 100% correct. Because if you don't attack the problem, where you end up with the
Bars.
problem is still
Look,
there.
bars.
You know what he
Bars.
said though? Oh, go ahead, my bad.
Like people will put up with more bullshit at work than they will at home.
That's a fact.
Ooh, facts.
You know what I mean? You put up with a horrible boss or a horrible coworker, or you let people talk down to you at work, but then you come home and try to act like a boss and like you don't put up with shit. You swallow a horse all day, but won't go home and swallow a pill.
Facts.
So that's the
Whoa.
thing. Like you have to be in a place of comfort with yourself and be secure in who you are. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna go out into this world and give them this fake great energy and then come home my battery drained, and I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I mean? Like you have to always remember when you come home, you want to be the best you. Because guess what? Those are the people that deserve the best you. Your children and your wife. And the other thing is, if we don't share our trials and tribulations, no one else learns from them. So if I don't get on here and tell you that about my marriage and the strifes that we've had and the troubles that we've had, it just looks like it's all peaches and cream. And then when you come into a problem, you like, damn, I didn't hear about this shit. This Rios didn't talk about that.
Come on, that shit was easy. Yeah.
This shit sound like a Disneyland.
Yeah.
Nigga, what the fuck? Hey, look, even at Disneyland, the rides break down and require maintenance to get it back going. So it's not going to always be peaches and cream. The roller coaster ain't always going to be going. Sometimes you got to do routine maintenance. But I'm going to end it on this. Ladies, when we come home from work and we park that car and we ain't came in the house for 5 to 10 minutes, do not text our fucking phone or call us or come down asking, are we coming into the house?
Oh, shit.
Let us decompress. Get the bullshit off because we don't want to come in spazzing on you and the
God,
kids. Let me breathe. Let me get my breather. Let me get my scroll on for a little bit, and I can come in and be Superman. But leave me the fuck alone for that 5 to 10 minutes. Let me have that.
And one more thing, when men are quiet, stop thinking something always wrong with a nigga.
Thank you,
God
man.
damn, I hate that shit. Let me be quiet and peace for a little bit. God damn, let me enjoy being with myself for a moment. That's the first thing they ask you, what's wrong? Now you finna make me mad.
Right, nothing was wrong until you asked me 55 times what was wrong.
And now
bitch.
she mad. Now she mad. You like,
Man.
oh shit.
Funny.
Look, let me switch gears a little bit. We gonna end it on this note. Is West? Let me. How can I word this? Is the West Coast hip hop scene dropping the ball? Because
feel like niggas should be dropping right
let's
now?
be realistic. Since the Kendrick and Drake beef started, Spotlight been on the West. Everybody been hyped. Had the concert. That was the pinnacle. Oh my God, the West is back. And since then, it's been flatline. It's been nothing. It's been Drake dropped Kendrick dropped the video, and we have heard nothing since. So what the fuck is going on? Why are y'all not dropping music? Because all I see is everybody sitting back waiting on Kendrick to drop something else. Where's everybody else at? Where's the up and comers? Like, where are y'all at? What's going on? Where's the vets? Where's everybody?
I'm gonna say one thing like we always do. Shout out to Flame, shout out to TF, shout out to Young Web, because I see them niggas still dropping music. You know what I mean? Now they might not get the recognition that they deserving, but we got people from the city that's still doing their thing. So shout out to Long Beach too. But like you said, niggas supposed to be going full throttle when it comes to the spotlight being on it, because now that's what people gonna be looking.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, we got YG dropping, I believe, in August. I know Mustard got a tape coming, but
Mustard do.
But for the most part, I feel like that was, that the pop out was unexpected for most LA artists, and for a lot of them that were there, it was a different fan base and a different spotlight than I think some of them had seen before. And so I just think it's a maybe they're not prepared. Maybe they didn't really have anything going on, because you had like 310 Baby. That's somebody who's been on a little run as well. He's a little younger cat. But besides the 3 people that I mentioned, I don't think people were really prepared for the spotlight that was going to be on them. They came out there to help the homie. And I think after that, it's like, well, what do I do? It's kind of like one hits. I don't want to say one hit wonders, but it's like when something goes viral and then you kind of you don't know what to do next. Because most of the people that he brought up there weren't really dropping music consistently anyway for the last little while, in my opinion.
This is what I've seen. Niggas went from the pop out, and instead of going to the studio, niggas start going on podcast interview runs. Yeah. Fuck these interviews right now. Go make some music and then go to the interview and promote what you made. Even if you wasn't ready, like, oh, I'm just chilling right now. You seeing that pop-out show and the reaction that the world gave the West, that alone should have inspired you to hit the studio. Right. Like, just go make a single real quick. A freestyle, like, niggas,
just
you
anything.
You can put out freestyle.
Go make a snippet or something.
Like, you niggas are forgetting the art of hip hop. Freestyling is a part of that. You don't have to go in there and make a full song. We have YouTube, we got Instagram, we got TikTok. You can just literally go do a hot freestyle real quick, drop a couple bars, and just put that out to the people while you in the studio cooking.
I feel like niggas punch in now.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas punch in now. They come in, they do it, and then they,
yeah, but punching in and all that is cool too. But regardless, like he's just saying, create the art. But I think what people gotta understand, it's the work ethic of Lil Wayne. It's the work ethic of Tupac. These niggas have music that's just lined up and ready to drop. Or they do features nonstop. And I just think that's probably the biggest part. Like we was talking about earlier, a lot of people want the fame of it, but they don't want to put the engine behind it. Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing. It's like Kendrick kicked the door off the hinges wide open and nobody ran through that motherfucker. So
like if you are one of the artists that was like, I should have been at the pop-up thing, and you ain't putting out music right now, I don't think you should be saying anything. Like if you complaining that you wasn't one of the people up there and you at this moment ain't dropping music, like while the light is here, like you doing yourself a disservice, like you saying. But really, like the ones who could benefit the most, I think, like really have sales just if they dropped anything. If J-Rock dropped anything right now, anybody TDE that's a rapper with Kendrick that's been seen with him,
that's a fact.
If they drop something right now, it's gonna go. Like your phone right there. People are gonna check in and listen to it, stream it or whatever. So, Absol, but Schoolboy Q just dropped a project, The Blue Lips, which was a good album. But that group, that organization right there, they should be dropping music right now.
That's why I said they should have came with a TDE compilation right after that.
But
like,
they not even
up.
together no more like that, I don't think.
It don't matter. Fuck all that.
Y'all gotta
just saying,
understand.
Fuck
a lot
that
of-
not together
Nah,
shit,
but a
nigga.
lot
Hit the
of- a lot
studio,
of-
nigga.
Nah, but it sound good. But a lot of them niggas be on tour. They be having separate shit going on. So
Man, it's the day of the internet, nigga. Do your verse over there on your
You can send- you
MacBook.
can send it-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you can send it back.
On the tour bus, nigga. On the jet to the next show, nigga. Punch in, send it. We gonna have an engineer put it together. It just
mean,
really ain't no excuse
it
for
ain't-
nobody
it
to not be making music right now. And this why they was saying West Coast rap is dead, because you niggas work ethic is garbage. And this goes to point out the difference between an MC and an artist, or an MC and an Instagram artist. A lot of these niggas is Instagram artists.
But is it just West Coast? Because Nas was saying hip hop was dead a long time ago.
Well, that's what I was getting at was the whole, when you was like, oh, do a freestyle, do this, do that. I'm like, niggas just punch in now. So they don't really need to even have the creativity. These niggas are doing a little bit here, not even really writing shit down, just doing whatever. There is not that much of an art anymore. They go get a beat, they record it, and then you feel me, it just does what it does. Something maybe go viral, 30-second clip on TikTok, and that does the work for them. I don't think people even feel like today they gotta do all of that. So I think niggas is kind of like, okay.
That's garbage,
Hold
bro.
on, shout out.
No, I'm just saying, I feel
wanna
like that's
shout
how
out
it is.
to,
Niggas like, oh, it is
Queen
what it is.
Latifah and MC Light. They didn't get no shine on that, but they made a song like praising black men. You know what I mean? I think they were trying to change the narrative on the music. Y'all gotta go look that up. But
Oh, they just performed at the Hollywood Bowl too. The Nappy Roots picnic.
Oh, they did?
The
Yeah.
Roots picnic. Yeah.
And
I didn't even know
the
about
song.
that.
The song low key go too. At least for a nigga, at least you need some motivation. Go listen to their ass.
Look, this is what we got to do, man. People with these platforms, ourselves included, we got to get back to the era of when these rappers pull up for these interviews, come with some bars. We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
Drop a 16
We
in the
gonna talk,
viral.
but nigga, come with some bars, because these niggas is getting off scot free. You couldn't go to Rap City, the basement, without freestyling at the end, bro. And these niggas is getting by just being media personalities, being social media personalities.
fucking true.
Fuck all that, nigga. You're a rapper at the end of the day.
Nah,
Do
but-
your media personality shit, do your cool shit, and do your money rap and all that. But nigga, come in here with some bars and show that you can freestyle, you can really rap. You niggas' work ethic is garbage. Y'all not putting no work in. Y'all getting by off one song for a year because it's hot on Instagram and it's cracking on the reels. Man, fuck that. Start flooding the market. You niggas is playing.
They treating that shit like the slam dunk
But
contest.
a lot of niggas.
Nigga.
That's true. But a lot of niggas.
Facts.
A lot of niggas getting on them shits and saying I ain't freestyling for free.
Yeah, that's like the
that
slam
too.
dunk contest. Niggas ain't dunk like, oh, I'm too good for that shit.
I think another thing
but
too,
that
LA
goes
made-
that goes back to what I was saying about the passion. Some niggas used to just love to rap. You wasn't getting DMX and all these other niggas on nowhere without them niggas spitting some shit. They want you to hear how hot they is. A lot of niggas like, nigga, go get my shit, nigga, get my album out. Go get my tape, nigga, if you want to hear me rap, nigga. Like,
Yeah, but that's weak as fuck.
No, it is.
And these
But-
niggas can't really rap, like Callie said. These niggas is punching in. These niggas is not really spitters. So just say you don't freestyle. All that, I don't freestyle for free. What the fuck you mean, nigga? You up here talking for free.
So that's what I
You
asked
can't
y'all.
give no bars, nigga?
Y'all want niggas to get bars, but like most of the songs that's been popping out of LA is like it's like damn.
not
shit.
even no bars,
It's
huh?
like left,
Yeah.
do it, right, do it. We want to squabble up. We want to do this. We want to do that. Like it's like who the fuck outside of LA finna listen to that shit? Really? It's hard for us to transcend because niggas are not making transcendable music.
I think Gina Views and DJ Head have a show right now.
They do.
Where
It's-
where like the artists come on. I don't know if it's a battle or something, but I know it's a platform for where they actually have to be rappers on the show. You can't. They're not just coming on just talking. But I think it's like the younger cats that's coming up. It's not like the veteran rappers coming on and showing these young niggas what it really is. Like this is what the level you want to get to, the skill level you want to get to.
I just think it. No, not to
No,
my
go
fact
ahead, you
cut you
got
off.
it, yeah.
I just think it's fucked up because people don't care about punchline rap no more. They don't care about bars and metaphors and similes. Niggas just want to hear some basic shit they can dance to. You know what I mean? Get in the club, get you a good hook and a good beat. That's it. They can get faded, pop perks, and do what the fuck they want to do off of.
That's wild.
So
Shout
that's what
out
it is.
Mozzie because he's the last mainstream nigga I seen really pull up to somebody's studio and drop an ill freestyle that I seen. Oh, and the baby. The baby, he freestyled.
Nah, it's
where
been
he
a,
go.
I ain't gonna lie. It's been a lot of
Bars
niggas
on
gassing on LA
I-95.
leakers.
Oh, LA
Bars on
Leakers?
I-95.
Shout out Bars on I-95. They got artists going up there going crazy. It's mainly underground artists. And like Messiah just said, LA Leakers, they always got niggas freestyling. But as far as the West, you niggas got to start barring up, man. Fuck. Can y'all name somebody who, right now, they like, okay, who y'all hardest spitter? Who y'all naming?
Like in LA, I don't know.
On the West. They don't even got to be from LA.
from
Just
the
on the,
West?
well, yeah, let's keep it LA because we in LA County.
Damn.
who do I know that will pull up and get with it?
And get like they New York put their hardest spitter, Florida getting their hardest spitter.
Ooh.
They like Cali, who y'all got? Who your hardest nigga? And
That's kind of tough.
I'm gonna bring one of the homies. If not, then I'm gonna just throw Kendrick up there. Go do
Like
your
you saying
shit.
active niggas or non-active? Because it's some. I feel like it's some
active,
niggas
but we
who
not
are-
counting no
Like,
non-active niggas that's in the game.
The game.
And I'm not really counting.
The game. He'll bar up.
He retired though. He had
Oh,
his
you talking
time.
about somebody?
When did he
right now?
retire?
Yeah,
When did he retire?
Man, when the last game song you had besides Rick Ross beat?
Nigga, he dropped that album. This the Eminem album, whatever the fuck that was. Nigga, game ain't retired, nigga.
The fuck, nigga?
But I think cuz would drop some shit and like go after somebody like, but it's far and few between. I think Glasses Malone would, you know what I mean? But you got to be a brave motherfucker to do it because it's a lot of people that don't want to be on that pedestal because then now people coming after you. Game will go back and forth with niggas, but other than that, who do you know that's going back and forth like battle rapping?
Not even battle. I just mean come with your illest verse.
Oh, okay,
right now,
okay.
you got a hot 16, a hot 24, a hot 48. Right now, from every coast.
Pull
who's your
Chuck from
hottest
the east
spitter?
side, nigga. Get Jamar up here, girl. Get Chuck on there.
man.
Joe Dog can come with it.
Look, we got some homies that will. Like, I'm not counting the Kendricks. He's already solidified. He made it. I'm not counting Game. He's solidified. He's like on the way
Nigga,
out.
but
He's
it's ugly.
legendary stuff. I mean, like the young up and comers.
ugly,
We
man.
don't have no spitters.
But we can say
Maybe
that.
Vince Staples. Vince Staples. See,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
what I
Okay,
said.
Vince
Vince
Staples.
Staples.
But Vince
What
Staples
about-
made it. If we going
Yeah,
off
that's
of that,
facts too. He did. He not really.
He
coming
made
up.
it, but he didn't make it.
Then
Like
they got
Vince.
then they got TV shows. Come on.
Vince
Yeah,
is
this nigga
more.
wild, yeah.
Vince is more to me popping for his personality and what he does outside of music rather than musically. Like everybody just love Vince. White people love that nigga. He the funniest nigga ever. They just love his interviews. I just seen him did
Oh,
an
he's
interview.
an articulate
With-
nigga.
Yeah,
Kevin Hart,
funny,
yeah,
witty
yeah.
nigga, and he could spit though. He could bar up. I seen him
Right.
freestyle.
Okay.
Damn, that's a tough
That's
one.
a tough one.
That's not
But that's
good.
I
but
would
that's
say
tough anywhere. Who any coast? Who you gonna bring up? That's young and barring up. I don't know too many.
I don't listen to these young niggas.
I know. I'm just saying. So it's really not. It's just the state of hip hop in general where we at. These niggas don't care about bars, girl. These niggas ain't doing no freestyles. We ain't
That's a
getting no
fact.
Cassidy's no more. But we ain't getting none of these niggas
Because they
back
don't
in
even
the
care
day.
about ghostwriting no more.
Yeah. Like he
Like,
said,
they
they
don't
want to
even
see
care if a
pop
nigga write
perks.
your verse.
They want to see if you talk about pop perks or like some expensive shit.
I got somebody, but he signed to TDE, but he's not
I know
putting
you're talking
out
about.
music. Daylight. Daylight to come rap circles around damn near anybody. Only one I can see on his level,
yeah,
maybe
but a lot of
Loaded
that
Lux.
shit gonna go over niggas' heads.
That's what I mean. That the general consumer's not gonna digest his rap because he did a legendary freestyle at LA Leakers. And shout out my son too. He's still killing them freestyles on the East Coast out of
My
New
son-
York.
oh, yeah.
My son go crazy.
Yeah, but shout out my son, but you can't count him. Cause been in the game.
Yeah, he been in the game. He been in the game. So I don't know. Hip hop, we just gotta raise the bar, man. I'm one of them dudes. I like to hear lyrics. I like to hear wittiness. I like to learn new words. Nigga, when I was in high school listening to Papoose, I was pulling out the dictionary. What the fuck that mean? I'm going reading about the laws, law library. What
They
the fuck?
finna kill you for bringing up
the
Pap.
young nigga up
Hey,
north.
Pap is teaching niggas though.
The young nigga up north that be in his backyard.
Oh, Russell,
Who?
Russell.
LaRussell.
What about LaRussell?
Oh, LaRussell?
He
I never
bar
heard
up.
his music. Only see his
he's a good
motivational
rapper.
speeches.
He's a good rapper.
Is he a spitter?
He'll
Yeah.
get out. He'll get active. He'll get on the spot, start rapping. You know
I could
what
agree
mean?
with that.
I'm just thinking about who would actually do this shit. Like it's very few people who would actually answer the call. Like who would answer the challenge? Like
Unless I'm like-
I don't even give a fuck if you type. Nigga, will you at least get up there and answer the challenge, nigga? Let's just put it on display.
Unless it's some like on the radar shit where it's already pre-planned. They already know they gonna drop a new song there and make it sound like it was a freestyle, but they already had it. I feel like that's the only way this generation is really doing some shit
Got a
like
new
that.
segment, nigga.
But
That's
majority,
Look, y'all got
Nah,
the challenge.
segment,
I'm
nigga.
challenging all y'all.
Nah.
Raise the motherfucking bar.
but a lot of people, a majority of people not freestyling off the head. It's just more so you rapping a whole verse without a hook. So that's more so the freestyles nowadays. You only had niggas like Lil Snoop, you know what I mean? Mika go off the head. It ain't too many niggas that's just really going off the head. Wayne might go off the
Damn, I
head.
forgot about Lil
So
Snoop.
Rest in peace, Lil Snoop was
Yeah.
crazy.
Lil Snoop
on.
would have had the game shut down.
Lil Snoop was
I forgot all
crazy.
about that.
Get back to the days where you had a fully loaded clip everywhere you went as a rapper. Like, let's get back to them days where you got at least 5 verses just ready to go. Cause that's the era I came up watching. Like these niggas pull up with 20 verses in their head. Facts. Y'all niggas don't got one hot 16. Oh, I ain't rapping for free. You got to pay. Man, your ass can't rap, nigga. Like, cut it out with the cool shit. Because if you a real MC, you got a passion for this. You grew up rapping at the lunch tables. You grew up rapping in the county jail or wherever the fuck you was rapping. Niggas making their own beats and rapping. Like, come on, cuz. Like, let's stop playing. Y'all niggas got to step up and raise the bar, period. We raising the bar with the content. Rios raising the bar with the content. The content game is here. Like, I heard somebody say it was a time where being a podcaster, you would get laughed at. It was looked at like a joke. Now, the only time we hear these rap niggas is on podcasts. If you ain't on a podcast, we not even hearing you niggas. Raise the bar.
Do we just gotta accept the fact that them days is over with?
No, we're not accepting that, nigga.
Like big clothes, nigga, because that shit that shit is over with nowadays.
Now they coming back.
Nigga. Big clothes are coming back.
They are, but
it's
I'm
different niggas wearing them.
I'm just
saying,
the same way you get niggas be like, man, them niggas, that OG niggas stuck in the 80s, like, cuz still think like nigga. Then their rap music, you down there can't kill that part off because that's rap in itself. So you right, you can't kill it off, but I just think where we're at in this mixture of the things going on, it's ugly out here.
Fuck that. I'm ending on this, man. Y'all raised the motherfucking bar. Shout out Ace Boy Rios for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all got any final words?
Nah, I ain't got too much, man. Shout out to VwP members. Like and subscribe. You know what I mean? We appreciate the support. We appreciate you coming on here. You know what I mean? This was a good one. Hopefully you can come back and fuck with us again.
Anytime y'all want me, I'll be back up here, man. Anytime y'all make the call or request, I'm here. Y'all want to shout out to Ace Boys Worldwide, Trey, Manny, Pun, my brothers. I want to thank them for pushing me to do the things that I'm doing now and having my back so that I can be comfortable and have the support to do the things that I'm doing because I'm not out here for the value of money. I'm out here for the value of the message. And so I'm just out here doing my thing and they're supporting me. Community back on Fig Community World. Shout out all of them, you know what I mean? Everybody that's involved. Shout out the Viral Rate. Because this podcast right here is really setting the bar and setting a different level for what's expected of a podcast of young brothers that's from the streets that are changing the narrative currently changing the narrative actively right now. So I'm tuned in. You know, I've seen you. Let me tell you this. I remember watching Instagram when you put our Twitter when you would have your little paragraphs of your words. And I said in my head, once this nigga starts talking to the camera, it's over. It's over. And that was my one thing. But I'm gonna let him do it organically and when he gets the time. But my thought was, this nigga is so vicious with what he's saying and he's so on point. Once this nigga starts talking to the camera and getting his face behind there, it's a wrap. And so, VwP podcast, guys.
Shout out to the whole Ace Boy team, man. We need to link up and make something happen.
Trey would have been here. He had to be in San Diego today. But everybody, much love. Y'all gonna be on Ace Boys soon. We was booked with Luck this Friday. And so we're looking for next Friday. But y'all about to be on. We pushing each other. And we iron sharpens iron. So
man, like you heard him say, iron sharpens iron. So everybody that's in this space, that's out here on this coast, on the East Coast, the Midwest, wherever you at, VwP podcast is open to collabing. Like he said, iron sharpen iron. So this is an open invitation to all creators that got a movement going. Let's take this shit over, man. Y'all cry about culture vultures all the time, and then y'all act like them niggas. Y'all niggas got these big platforms and don't want to collab with the up-and-coming niggas. So y'all culture vultures too in my eyes. So let's get this shit right, man. Shout out the Viral Gang, Algorithm Gang. Y'all got us going crazy right now. Share, like, subscribe to the channel. Go follow my boy Ace Boy Rios. He got the coffee in the morning going crazy. He got the Ace Boys going crazy. They got the Ace Boy picnic shit going crazy. Y'all gonna see us at the next one too, man. We out of here the viral way. Bang!
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.